Good morning, guys and girls. So, today, first of all, I'm going to talk about illiteracy. Illiteracy, as they call it, is a root cause of all of the problems in this world. Illiterate, boor, cad, roguish, pirate, criminals, vagabonds, jahil, ahl Quraysh, whatever you'd like to call them. Illiteracy creates more illiteracy. Problems create more problems. So the more illiterate people you have in a society is going to bring in more illiteracy. And when I talk about illiteracy, I don't mean people who are uneducated or people who don't know how to read and write. Illiteracy means sometimes it can be, we can have educated illiterate people also. I mean, for instance, if it's me, I don't know how to speak Chinese, so I'm basically illiterate in Chinese, but I am literate in other things. Sometimes a person might not know French or might not know Spanish, but they might know other languages, so they're not totally illiterate. There are others who are completely illiterate. When I talk about completely illiterate, we mean like, let's say even if a person does not know how to read and write, if a person does not have emotions, and you don't have the feeling, the ihsas, you're emotionally illiterate. That's the worst form of illiteracy that you've ever seen out there in this world today. And when I speak of emotional illiteracy, a person who doesn't have emotions or the ability to understand, to be able to relate to other people, to their emotions, to their humanity, that person is as worse as an animal is. The worst jahil, the worst Qurayshi, the worst whatever, and from Ayam al-Jahiliyyah, whatever you'd like to call them, that person is the worst kind of inconsiderate person ever. And the more we have illiterate people in this society, they will create more illiterate people, because illiteracy will lead to more illiteracy. And if an educated person deals with an illiterate person, they will become a reflection of the other person. So basically, when we deal with an illiterate person, you create more illiterate people, even educated illiterates. So that is the thing that we would like to stop, and that's the reason why I've put this video in today. It comes across during one of my instances in Bahrain in real estate while I was doing this video. Basically, we had this project where I'm supposed to go to a guy, and he's got like 5 buildings which we are trying to take for property management. Or let's say there is a private owner. Also, there was another incident where there was a freehold property and the person has an apartment, or let's say he has a house which we want to take for property management, or he wants to give it to us for selling or leasing the property. Now, when I tried to approach this guy for the buildings, the 5 buildings, let's take that as an example, the guy did not know, they have a watchman downstairs in the building who does not know how to read and write. And I've tried to be very kind and very calm and very considerate of this guy, but he just doesn't understand. Even the emotional literacy is not there at all. And when I tried to speak to this guy, and then there was another freehold owner, and a lot of owners here in Bahrain, they are not literate in terms of real estate laws and regulations and what needs to be done in order to have their properties secured. There's real estate selling, leasing rights to be secured, management rights, what is and what is not involved in terms of a property that they own. I went to this owner, for instance, once, and I told him, I want to sell your property, or I want to help you sell your property or lease it. Can we do a property management contract so that all of the terms and conditions, the sale price, let's say the maintenance charges, the things, how much percentage of commission or income that you're paying us, everything is mentioned in paperwork and details, so that when I speak to you, you know these are your terms and conditions and these are my terms and conditions, and we work on everything that is written in terms of contracts or terms and commissions and terms and conditions. So, well, I'm a little bit emotionally furious right now. So these things which I was talking about, basically we need to make the people more literally aware of the real estate laws as well in the market. I was coming across this project that we were trying to property manage, let's say an apartment. I talked to the owner and I said, would you want to basically if you want to sell your property or lease it with us, we can do the management for the property with you, and we can rent it out, sell it out, do the marketing and everything for you. The owner went like, why would I need to give it to you when the watchman or the building reception guy is handling it so well? So this concept in the people needs to go. When you're dealing with a professional company, when you're dealing with a professional who is having services which they offer for a certain valued party, basically we are offering these services as a professional service provider. It comes with the privileges. These valued services comes with a privilege. They come with an organized skill, things that we are trying to do for that kind of a property. The professional marketing level of assurance, the level of quality that is required to keep your property in a good maintained condition, or to market in a proper way, to sell or lease it, or to prepare it for selling or leasing. Basically, it requires some efforts from an agent side. So these kind of things, when you're trying to explain to an owner who is not literate to understand the professional benefits of real estate advisory or company or property management company, it's very difficult, because if that person does not know the value of an agency and is comparing it basically to a watchman, you can only assume what the condition will be of the rest of the people in the market over here. Second thing which I came across the real estate market here in Bahrain is that contracts, people are so scared and so afraid to sign contracts. For some reason, when you speak about contract, like I want to do a sales contract with you, or I want to do a property management or leasing contract with you, so that we know what your rights are, what's your price for your apartment, what's the sale value, what's the commission. Everything is mentioned on paper. Your rights are secured, our rights are secured. We know this much is our percentage, this much is our earnings, our commissions. This is our rights towards you and your right towards us. But instead of putting these things on paper, most people in Bahrain market, which I've observed, they're afraid to sign contracts. They just get scared of the word contract, like it's going to take out a lot from your pockets. Contract is basically something which will ensure your right or your liabilities are secured. When you are signing a piece of paper, everything is mentioned and written, so you are legally secured once you go into a contract with an agent, agency or property management company. And if you sign, basically, we are all aware of all of the terms and conditions, all of the prices are mentioned there, all of the details are mentioned on paper. So tomorrow you can take it and show it to someone like, hey, hello, this is my paper, this is my contract, these are my rights. You said this and this and this, you cannot go against this. And as an agent, I can say the same, that I said this and this and this, and I cannot go against these things. So if a person's afraid to sign a contract, means he's not an honest owner or honest property manager or an honest company that you're dealing with. I was speaking to one of my real estate friends, and he's an agent basically, he's a real estate agent in Dubai. He explained to me the importance of a contract earlier. He said, Hannah, in Dubai we do not sign, we do not list a property with a person into our websites or social media or marketing stuff, unless the property owner is willing to sign a contract. He wants to do a property management or a leasing or a listing contract. They call it contract A over there. So he said that Hannah, in Dubai, we do not list or we do not sell a property unless the seller signs a contract A with us and the buyer signs contract B, which is like, if they do not put it in documents, they're not even willing to list or advertise a property. But you know, on the contrary of that, what we have in Bahrain here is anyone is listing anything, anyone is marketing anything. We have any clients going anywhere, and one client is going with 10 agents. There's a chaos, there is no organization. And the more you try to teach these people to be literate, the more illiterate they want to stay. I'm talking about the property owners, and I'm talking about the people who are coming to buy or view the properties as well. There is no charges for viewing, so viewing is basically like, the agent is basically like a tour guide right now. Instead of giving free tours to the people who want to buy properties, why don't we arrange or organize this and put something called charges on the viewings in Bahrain? That would be kind of nice for change. Also, why don't we educate the people on what a contract is and what the importance of it is? Like, we're not buying fruits and vegetables on the street right now, are we? So if we're gonna make the owners aware of what is the value of a professional service provider, the people will more be willing to understand. I'm not trying to teach you here on how to follow or how to be literate. I'm trying to teach you here what and organized work is like. Contracts are not going to kill you, but illiteracy is. Make sure you know your rights and make sure they are written in paper. Signing out for today.